Hey, this G Butterfly. Welcome to the Watch and Whisper channel. And today I'm going to talk about Belle Collective Season 2, Episode 2. Well, this scene picks up where it left off last week, where Letitia was talking to Glenn and she was asking him about the baby. Well, last week when she kept saying, "Is this your baby? Is this your baby?" his face looked like, oh, hell. Well, he came out and told her no, that the baby was not his. And he said he wanted her home, but he told her he wanted his family back under one roof. He was going to do whatever he had to do to put his family back together again. He say, "And don't you think I would have child support on me by now?" I say, "Glenn, don't think like that. Because it's possible you could have made arrangements with the woman where you just give her money every month, every 2 weeks, every week, and she wouldn't put actual child support on you that would go through the state of Mississippi." So that wasn't a good response, but if Letitia bought it, honey, go with it. Joshua is the manager of the Goddess Lengths store, which is her, I think she said her flagship store, her initial store, but it's still kind of in the hood. Well, he was telling her that the lights, something was going on with the lights, something was going on with the water. So she called Cliff, who is her husband, and asked Cliff if he could come over there and see if he can work out whatever was going on with the water and the lights. Now, she did tell Joshua that they had maybe 2-3 more months and then her lease will be up and she's going to go to another building. But Cliff wants her to go to a more desirable location. Well, when she had a conversation with Cliff, Cliff really wants her to go to a location where she would be more safe. But she was saying she's a hood girl and she has really made it. And she wants to kind of stay in the hood so that the younger girls that's coming up can see that if they work hard, persevere, give 100%, that they too could possibly be as successful as she was. But he's thinking about her safety and he wants her to be in a different location. So I think they're going to meet somewhere in the middle. Now, she mentioned to Cliff that Letitia had invited her to a brunch, but she wasn't sure if she was going to go because Marie was going to be there. And if anybody remembers from last season, during the reunion, Marie accused Latrice of, I think, calling Medicaid or Medicare and reporting her for doing some type of fraud at one of her clinics or one of her businesses. And they got into it in the reunion. And Latrice told her, "I didn't do that." And so in this season, she said, "I'm from the hood, we don't snitch. I would have never done that to her." You know, she's another black woman with a business. She really wants to see her succeed. I think she just doesn't like her nasty attitude. Cliff told her to go ahead and go and, you know, try to make the best of the situation because she's friends with Letitia, who has these empowerment brunches. And he told her that she should go and possibly, what's her name? Marie may act like a lady. She say no, she's real manly, so she probably act like a man. And I say, oh, hell. She told Cliff, she said, but had a bail money ready. She told him that just in case she'd go left while she's with Marie. Because even though Latrice acts real refined, I think she can get down and dirty with the best of them. But I like Latrice. And again, I'm reading my notes, so I'm going to keep it moving. Now, Marie and Letitia meet up, and they're waiting for Tambra and the newbie Akeisha to come. They're at a restaurant, and they just talking. So while they were alone, they talked about her coping with the loss of her grandson's mother. And she's saying it's been kind of hard, you know, because now her grandbaby no longer has a mother. The effect it's having on her son, because now he has to step up more as a father because the child, that's all the child has. So Letitia said that since she's been living with her mother, she's found herself. And Marie asked her if she has outgrown her husband. And she told Marie, yes, she has. She's outgrown her husband. And she says she's willing to work on her marriage if Glenn is sincere about doing the right thing. Marie said that she understood because she has put up with Cedric cheating on her for years. She said, "I put up with Cedric cheating on me for years." I was like, well, damn. So Akeisha and Tambra arrived. And Akeisha says that she's the real queen of Jackson, Mississippi. She says that her husband played 10 years in the NFL. And she say, "I'm Jackson's royalty." Now, what that mean, I don't know. Because I know they have kings and queens over in Jackson, Mississippi. But we shall see. But as a episode goes on, you're going to see how her demeanor and how she acts and what she really thinks about everybody that's there. Her lineage is music education and dating back to her grandfather, and she's going to tell a little bit more about that during this episode. Tamara said that she's really blunt and shady at the same time, but we're going to find that she's really nasty at the same time. She was just very negative this episode. And I think she really got on Marie and Letitia's nerve. She owns property on Ferris Street. And again, if you watch the first season, Letitia was adamant that she really wanted to revitalize Ferris Street in Jackson, Mississippi. She said there's a lot of rich history on Ferris Street with the black community, and she wanted to see it revitalized. So with Akeisha coming, and she owns property on that block, that's something that they may be able to do to work together and, you know, try to bring that area back. Marie said that Akeisha talks a lot and she can't be trusted because she got light eyes. Now where'd she get that from? I said, girl, you sound stupid. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving on Miss Marie. Marie hair look horrible as hell. I don't know if anybody else see it. I don't know what is... Marie, I don't like her hair. That blonde hair is not cute on her at all. I think she should go with more of a brownish, reddish kind of tone. Maybe even a solid black. But that platinum blonde, ugly on Marie. Ugly. I don't like that. Let's see. So Marie and her mom sit down and have a conversation at a restaurant, and Marie is just telling her how hard her life was with her mama pretty much being absent, and how just until recently has she had some kind of resolve with that. And the mom was pretty much just telling her, my life has been hard, and she's talking about dealing with her drug addiction. And she was saying, Marie mentioned that her mom came up missing for about a week, because now her mom is living with her, and she said that she likes having her mom in home with her, but her mom was MIA for like a week. And so the mom told her, I went back to a place that I really wasn't supposed to be. And so Marie told her, you know what? I worked really hard. I took you out of that environment. Why would you want to go back? Why would you want me and my brother to have to go through that again? So the mom is pretty much saying she wants to do better. She's going to do better. So let's just pray for the mom. I don't know anybody who has a strong drug addiction, but I'm sure it has to be terrible and it has to be taxing on the entire family. So we need to keep the mom prayed up, and also Marie. Marie's going through a lot. Her mom really talks about the struggles of living with an addiction. So at Letitia's brunch, Akeisha speaks negatively about the size of the room and the small number of attendees. Now, the way the camera angle was set up, you really couldn't tell that the room was huge with a few tables. Baby, as the episode went on, looked like they were in a giant ballroom, and she had a table set up for 12. But it looked like she just picked an abandoned room and just said, you know what, let me put a table here with place settings and we'll have our event. It didn't look like she put much thought into making the space look very inviting for the women to come in. But who knows what was going on with that particular space. Well, it took Akeisha with a whole negative ass to have something to say about the whole room. I just think if that was shady, that was real shady on production, because they paying that home room. I was like, damn, there's nothing in there. If they would have kept it just the camera kind of focused on the table and on the buffet area, no one have never known that that room was humongous and they had that one little table and there was nothing else in the room. So it just looked like an abandoned warehouse with carpet. That's just how it came across to me. She said that she thought she was going to a meet and greet with movers and shakers in Jackson, Mississippi. Well, you went with some professional women that maybe you just haven't met before, so you don't know if they're not movers and shakers. I just didn't like that negativity and how she came off, Miss Akeisha. Yeah, I didn't care for her. So she also asked So Gucci if that was her real name. I say, now she know good and goddamn well that that was not that woman's real name. She was trying to be shady, and So Gucci just took it in stride, and she was like, no, my name is whatever her real name is. I think it's something Williams. And she just, you know, rolled with it. She didn't let it get to her. I say, but it's possible she could have asked somebody else and they would let her ass have it, because they knew she was trying to be very sarcastic with, oh, so is that your government name? She knew. Ooh, that made me irritated. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving. What's her name? Marie came to the event. Marie had on a very pretty dress too. Marie came to the event and they showed her talking to Lakeisha. They did not show her friend Essie until she was sitting down at the table, and Essie was sitting right next to her. Latrice walked in. It's so funny because the camera went straight to Marie's face, and while Marie's face looked like she was just constipated and wanted to throw up, I say it's bad when just the sight of somebody can take your whole demeanor and make you, because that's how Marie did. Because Marie was laughing, talking, and then Latrice walked in. She was pissed off and she could not contain herself. Her face told it all. And it's so funny because later on in the episode, you can hear Latrice saying, it ain't my fault, you know, my presence make her act the way she was acting. But yeah, I said, oh girl, you don't have no control over your emotions for somebody to walk in and your whole demeanor change. But that was just Marie. So she was sitting there, honey, she started drinking enough water that'll fill up my grandbaby pool outside. She was just drinking. She just kept drinking. I need water. I need water. I need water. Solely because Latrice walked in and Latrice was eating it up. But you could tell Latrice has a level of confidence, like she don't give a shit what Marie think. But I know a couple other women who would act like that too. Wouldn't give a damn and keep it stepping. So Akeisha said, when it was time for them to get up to eat the buffet, Lakeisha said, my plate is dirty. I can't eat off of that. Well, that's understandable. Who wants to eat off a plate that has something on it? All she had to do was go talk to Letitia, by herself and say, hey, could you get with the, there was no waiters. It was like serve yourself buffet, but can you get with whoever put this buffet together to see if they can get me another plate? But oh no, honey, she had to make a production out of the plate having something on it. She had to tell everybody. And then Latrice said, oh, you know what? There was something on my plate too. But Latrice didn't blurt it out to everybody. She just mentioned it to Akeisha when Akeisha mentioned it to her in this old nasty attitude. But Latrice went on and kept talking to everybody. She wasn't just, oh, this nasty. I can't do this. I can't do that. Lo and behold, Letitia heard her. Letitia walked over and said, what's going on? She's like, there's food on my plate. So Letitia said, well, let me see your plate. In Letitia's mind, she thought maybe when he was putting the flowers up, when he was putting the decorations up, maybe some of the decorations could have possibly gotten on the plate. Well, no, she found out there was actually something on the plate. And then so Akeisha was like, where is the manager? I can go and talk to the manager for you. Lakeisha was like, no, you don't have to do that. I can go talk to the manager for myself. I want to say, see, I can tell now she's going to be the type to try to overstep her bounds when she need to be sitting down. Sit down. Just tell the lady there's something on the plate. Go get another plate. Why you got to make a scene? What she was trying to do was put Lakeisha's event down. She was already sitting down talking about the table decorations, talking about she couldn't pay attention to what was being said because all of the sparkly was getting in her eyes. Those kind of people get on my goddamn nerves, for real. Letitia wanted the ladies to play a game. So what she wanted to do was, she has brunches in Jackson, Mississippi, and she brings the ladies together and she tried to put them in an environment where they can network together and possibly do something together so that they all could win and all could be successful. Well, they had already finished eating, and by the time, what's her name, Akeisha got a plate, then she started talking about the food. What is this? The waffles are burnt. The bacon is burnt. The this, that. The helper still had a plate full of food, so it wasn't too bad. Now that I did notice. Did y'all notice she had a plate full of food? It wasn't too bad. What's her name? Lakeisha told everybody, you know what? She had a cup sitting in front of her, and she had her logo on everything. So I thought that was cute too. I said, that's right, girl. You go ahead and promote your business. Well, she was sitting there. She was holding a cup. So in the cup, it had everybody's name. And what she wanted to do was, once she pulled out a name, because I guess it was maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 women there. When you pull the name out the cup, everybody around the table would say something empowering to the woman whose name was pulled. So the very first name they pulled was Melody. Melody is Latrice's publicist. And she was sitting there. And so Letitia said something very kind and empowering to Melody. The person sitting right next to Lakeisha was none other than miserable Marie. Marie said, I plead the fifth. So everybody looking like, what the hell's going on with her? So, okay, they went on to the next name. I guess production just didn't show everybody go around the table talking about Marie, because Marie really isn't a cast member. She's a friend to the show, again, because she's the publicist for Latrice, who is really the breakout star, in my opinion. Now, the next name they pull out is Latrice. I say, you know, production's so damn shady. They knew what they were doing. They pull out Latrice's name. Lakeisha said that she thought that Latrice was just a boss businesswoman. Next person is supposed to say something is miserable Marie. Marie say, I plead the fifth. So Letitia's like, what is going on? She's like, I can't do this. I got to go. I got to go. She was like, what happened? Why you got to go? So, you know, she was being all dramatic. So she had to go ahead and get up from the table. She made her dramatic exit out of the room. When she left, everybody was like, what's going on? You know, why is she acting like that? Because I can assume it was a few, well, Akeisha was new and so was so Gucci. So they were looking like, I came here to meet some professional women, to actually be empowered from these women. And this is what is given. And you know, Akeisha sitting across the table, she's sitting over there complaining. Now, this, I got to go along with her because she was right. She was like, I ain't never been to no mess like this in all my life. I thought this was supposed to be a professional event, and it's turning out to really be nothing. So she just thought that the way Letitia handled everything was inappropriate, because eventually Letitia ended up walking off. She left all of her guests to go run behind miserable Marie. Letitia did leave. What's her name? Latrice. She just sashayed up to the front table. Let me take my rightful spot. And she sat at the head of the table, and she just laughed and played it off. She just did it in a joking manner because everybody knew what it was. Marie was just being negative and just had to make everything about her. And if you remember from last season, during the brunch, she cut a fool looking a mess with that outfit she had on, black and white with the hat, looked like it was about this big. She cut a fool with Latrice last year. But Latrice just didn't give her too much. She said what she had to say, and she just kept it cute. Again, Marie was the one who asked a complete donkey last year, and she did it this year. She made it about herself. So Gucci said that if she was Letitia, she wouldn't dare run behind Marie. She would let Marie go do what she got to do, and she could just feel better and come back to another event later on. Letitia asked Essie, what happened? What's going on with Essie? Said, well, let me go talk to her. So Essie went and tried to find Marie. Lo and behold, I say production with they messy ass. Marie was so sad. She just sashaying out. Again, her dress was cute now. I got to give it to her when it's due. Her dress was really cute. She sashayed off. Why she went in the men's restroom, and then production just panned up there to the men's restroom. I say, Lord Jesus. Standing in the restroom, she's telling Essie, I can't be fake. I can't be fake. I can't stand out here. I can't sit out there and act like that I'm not still upset. This is still bothering me. She tried to ruin my business. She tried to ruin my reputation, saying that I was doing, she said Medicaid or Medicare fraud, one of them. And I just can't be fake. I say, child, your beautician must be fake, because that hairdo is a teetotal mess. A mess. You hear me? Oh, Marie has a mess. And we're going to pray that as the season go on, she finds somebody else who can handle that for her. Letitia ended up going into the restroom, and she goes and she asks Marie, what is going on? Why are you acting like this? And she was just saying that she's still upset. Letitia said, but she said that she did not do what you're accusing her of doing. And she was adamant that she feel like that Latrice turned her into whoever for Medicaid or Medicare fraud. So Letitia was telling her, but why are you acting like that at my event? I'm your friend. And in my opinion, I felt like whatever issues she had, she should have put them to the side, because she chose to go to an event that she knew Latrice was going to be at. But in her confessionals, she started saying, well, I got this going on with my mama. I got this going on with Cedric. Jerez, I got the baby. His mama was killed. I got this going on. I got work. Everybody got issues going on. If Marie knew that she could not handle all of these issues she got going on in her life, she could have just kept her ass at home. Why would you want to go to your friend's event and act a fool? Why? I think she need to get some counseling. I honestly believe with everything Marie got going on, she need to get some counseling and then a recommendation on another stylist. That's just my opinion. Everybody kept saying, oh, they're making a lot of noise, because it got to the point where Letitia and Marie was arguing back and forth, and they were loud. You can hear them all the way over in the room where the ladies were eating, and it could be because the room was empty, but you can hear. However, the women get up, go to the restroom. Essie's kind of blocking the way where they can't get in the restroom, and they say, hey, is everything in here okay? Letitia was like, yeah, it's good, but they were so loud, you would think they was outside on the street, not in an establishment having an event. Now I gotta go with Lakeisha on this one. I'm sorry, not Lakeisha, Akeisha. I gotta go with her on this one, because she was saying, I gotta go. This is not what I want to be a part of. We're supposed to be here talking about business, how to work on Ferris Street, all this extra stuff they got going on. I can't do it. I don't handle business like this. And I say, girl, I understand you on that one. All of the ladies came back and sat down. And another thing, Akeisha, I didn't like when she said, well, Lakeisha then jumped up and left me at the table. It's been real negative and nasty. Yeah, talking about she left me with the P-Lash posse. I'm like, and then the camera panned over to these two friends. You can tell they were just friends of Lakeisha's, but she said everybody at the table had their own business and they were making things happen. But they panned it to the two ladies that were just the friends. I said, now they wrong for that. So why would she call them the P? And if I'm saying it wrong, somebody get in the comments and tell me what she said. To me, it sounded like she said the P-lash posse, whoever that is. But I didn't like that. That was real. I didn't like that. Letitia and Marie still in the restroom. Marie looking like she got tears running down her eyes. Essie walks up to Latrice and say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? So Essie pulls Latrice to the side, and she's telling Latrice, you know what? All of this is going on because Marie is still so upset about what happened regarding her business. She's having a hard time processing all of this. And before Latrice could give a response to Essie, Letitia walked up. Letitia was like, are y'all okay? They both said, yeah. So she told Latrice, can I talk to you for a minute? So make a long story short, she told Latrice, I want you and Marie to talk. Marie is in the restroom, and Latrice was like, look, I don't have nothing to talk to her about. Her issues are her issues. I'm not even getting ready to go back down that road with her. And Latrice said, for me, as my friend, I'm asking you, will you please go and talk to her and tell her your side, because she feels like you intentionally did something to try to sabotage her business that she worked really hard to build. And she said, you know what? Because you're my friend, I'm going to do it for you. This is not for her. I'm going to do it for you. And she got 2 minutes. So at that point, you saw Latrice and Letitia walking into the restroom, and that's how this episode ends. I said, you know what? I said, this is going to be a whole lot of drama next week, but I'm going to be right here for it. So this G Butterfly